Hey guys, Josh here, and today we're having a look at the Aqara U300 Smart Lock. This is an incredible lock, and I can't wait to tell you more about it. Now, disclaimer, this video is sponsored. Disclaimer, I am going through a home remodeling. I had a pipe burst a couple of weeks ago, so I've been dealing with a bunch of mess, a bunch of contractors. So if my place looks a little bit messy, that's why. But this door lock is a great new addition to the things that I'm changing in my home. So let me show you some of the features that the U300 comes with. In the box, you get the U300 lock itself. It's split into two pieces. You got the back piece and you get the front piece with a touch keypad and fingerprint sensor. It's also made out of solid aluminum, so it has a great hefty feel to it, and it doesn't feel like those cheaper plasticky types of locks. Now, this system does not operate with a deadbolt. It simply turns off the handle so that way the door will not be able to open. There is no deadlock. It turns on a specific gear and it turns it off so that way the handle can be active and not active. So that's basically how it works. This is a great thing to use if you want to, let's say, secure a specific room in your home, like an office where you have valuables. This turns a whole entire room into a safe. So this is really, really cool.
This lock is also compatible with Apple Home and can be unlocked using your iPhone or watch. So here's the door that we're going to be working with. This is actually slightly smaller than what this lock is recommended for, but with a little bit of finagling, we can make this work. I would recommend going to a professional when drilling holes in your door for the first time. This door lock is split into two pieces. We have the front of the lock, which has a fingerprint sensor and a keypad, along with other features which we'll talk about in a few moments. We have the other half of the lock, which has the receiving end of that cable that we saw earlier, which connects both halves of the lock together. This part of the lock will be going on the inside of your door. It also has the battery compartment along with the reset and set buttons. Here is the door lock mount. I'll be showing you how to use this in just a moment. We have two screw inserts along with two long black screws for short black screws, and we have the door latch cover along with the connecting rod for both halves of the lock. And this piece has a built-in spring-loaded pin, which I'll show you what it's for in just a moment. Start by inserting the door latch. Make sure it's oriented properly so that way the door closes normally. This will be a snug fit, especially for this type of door. So I just pushed it in, then I put the door latch cover on and put in the screws and tightened everything up. Then I took the connecting rod, and funny enough, it only went in one direction. So I went in through the back part of the door latch, making sure to squeeze that pin. Then I took the screw inserts, inserted on the outer part of the lock where the keypad is, and I made sure these were good and tight. Take a close look at this part, and this is where that spring-loaded pin is going to go. I used a little nail to press down on that pin, and then the lock snapped into place onto that connecting rod. Then I tried pushing up this side of the lock against the door as much as I could. Then I took the mounting bracket, making sure that it was facing upright and feeding the cable directly through that insert of that mount. Then I took the longer black screws, there's only two of them, and I screwed them on the sides of the mount. Make sure they are nice and tight, make sure there are no gaps between the mount and the door. Then I took this cable from the front portion of the lock, connected it to the back portion of the lock, and if this cable ends up being too long, you can feed some of it back into the door. There is plenty of space for that. Now we're going to firmly press this part of the lock against the mount, and we're going to insert 4 of those shorter black screws and screw it on tight so that way it firmly presses up against the door. And this part of the installation is very easy. We are now going to take the 4 included AA batteries inserted on the inside part of the lock, and now we're going to download the Aqara app, press the set button on the lock. It's located on the top left corner, and it should detect on your phone via Bluetooth. And now you just got to scan the QR code, which is located on the side of the lock, and it will connect within seconds. Once you've connected the lock to the Aqara app, you can just simply put the battery cover back on. Now just simply name your lock and put in the location of it. For example, my lock is in the office. Next, I'm going to tap on Add User and put in my own custom 6-digit password. Once you do that, you can put in a fingerprint. So I decided to use my thumb, and you press it up against the fingerprint sensor multiple times so you can get different readings of the different parts of your thumb. Now we can test out our fingerprint and our password. By pressing on the top button on the inside part of the lock, you will enable passage mode, which will indefinitely allow you to use both sides of the lock to open the door without having to use a passcode or fingerprint. Once you press the passage mode button, you will have to put in your password or fingerprint once to keep that feature enabled. To disable passage mode, press that button again. In case the U300's batteries die, you can access emergency USB-C power on both sides of the lock. And you can lift up the fingerprint sensor, which will allow you to use regular keys that come included with this lock. Oh, and this lock also allows you to use NFC cards. There are a ton of features with this lock, so if you have any questions about it, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section down below. The U300 is brand new and was just released in October. It's a new kind of lock which enhances your home security while also giving you the ability to monitor your lock while you're away from home.
Overall, I'm extremely happy with the U300 lock from Aqara. It is the best made lock that I actually have ever used. It just feels so hefty and durable. I mean, you could feel it in the weight. It's a pretty heavy lock. So if you're interested in this U300, make sure you check out the link down below. Let me know if you have any questions about it in the comment section, and I'll see you in another video. Peace.